Between the years of 1957 and 1984, I became a pawn in a government scheme whose ultimate goal was mind control and to create the perfect spy, all through the use of chemicals, radiation, drugs, hypnosis, electric shock, isolation in tubs of water, sleep deprivation, brainwashing, verbal, physical, emotional, and sexual abuse. I was exploited unwittingly for nearly 3 decades of my life, and the only explanations given to me were that, quote, the end justifies the means, and, quote, I was serving my country in their bold effort to fight communism. I can only summarize my circumstances by saying they took an already abused 7-year-old child and compounded my suffering beyond belief. The saddest part is, I know for a fact that I was not alone. There were countless other children in my same situation, and there was no one to help us until now.
Did you feel that the doctors were deliberately creating dissociation with you?
Yes, they knew that I could dissociate from the beginning, so they just caused me to dissociate even more, because the more you split, the easier it was to hide what they were doing. In other words, you can only split, they can't make you split. They can't make you dissociate. But they can create the circumstances that they know you will, if you're able to dissociate, you'll do it. Like the trauma I just described, like sending me out to a Masonic lodge for a party. They would send me out, and you knew something horrible was going to happen. I mean, they knew something horrible was going to happen to me. They knew that I would split, that someone would be created just to take whatever happened that night. And probably that's all they would do. And then they would go back and, go to sleep, become dormant. And these are the shadows that I was talking about that have integrated. Once they gave me the memory of, say, that experience, then they integrate. But so they create the circumstances to make you split and split and split. And the more you split, of course, the less chance you have of ever healing. The more crazy you're going to sound if you ever do go to a psychiatrist or a therapist, because there was always that chance that I might get away from them and seek help from someone other than the good doctors that I knew already. There was always that chance, so they had to make you seem as crazy as possible. And of course, the more alters you have, the more bizarre you're going to seem to people. I would remember first the incest stuff, the stuff at home, and then it would gradually go from that to the ritual stuff. I went to a couple of Masonic parties at a lodge that was located right near the research building. It was a research building for animal experiments in New Orleans, and it's still there, as a matter of fact. I've been back there, and they sent me there sometimes for certain tests or for experiments. And there was a Masonic lodge right around the corner from it, and they sent me to a couple of parties there. And these people they go crazy at these parties. And these men, they just get drunk and they just pass you around, and it's horrible what they do.
Was it sexual abuse that was going on, or other kinds of abuse at these parties?
Yes. They'd make you perform sexually. They'd make you watch other people perform. I mean, they would have everything you can imagine, even bringing in the animals. And you had to watch, which was it's just as bad as having it done to yourself. Sometimes watching is just as worse. I mean, just as bad.
Watching it being done to other
People.
children? Or
Yeah, especially if it's people younger than yourself. You're a child, and you have to stand there and watch a little kid who's half your age being tortured or raped or whatever. I mean, that's just as bad as having it done to yourself. You'd almost rather it be done to you because, I don't know, because of you know what it's like and you don't want to watch it. And then they would give you the choice, well, you can take her place. And then you'd have to make the decision whether it's going to be you or her. And if you decided not to do it, well, then you have to live with the guilt that it happened to someone else because you decided not to do it. So they had you either way you looked at it. I mean, you're screwed either way, literally. I mean, there was no way out of any of these situations.
And when you remembered this lodge, did you make attempts to verify if it was where it was? And
yeah, we went there.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the lodge and talked to people. It's not a lodge anymore. It's a public health building, actually, now. But, yeah, we talked to people that had been there, and they said, yeah, it was a Masonic lodge at one time. So Valerie and I went there. We went to Camp Nichols, which I said...